like to call this meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. McCausland, will you please take roll?
Mrs. Feiss. Mrs. Hadley. Mrs. Hoppy.
Here.
Mrs. Janasek.
Here.
Mr. McGregor. Here. Mr. Modrak.
Here.
Mr. Scalzo.
Here.
Mrs. Turner. Here. Mr. Christensen.
Here.
8 members present.
Thank you. So tonight we have a couple of exciting recognitions. One is for the William Penn Elementary School recycling team. Looks like we have a large group.
Mr. Walsh?
Or Mr. Lanowski, maybe you want to explain the award and the program that they're running?
Sure. Thank you for the recognition board for these recyclers who have been doing this at William Penn for many years. In fact, I see some familiar dads here. They might have, and moms that may have previous experience with recycling. Here with Sydney Litzenberger, who has been leading this program. Do you want to say how many years? No. Okay. But she chooses the students. She usually has an idea who she wants next year, and she kind of gets them when they're younger, second, third grade, and by fourth grade, they're running it pretty well. But we do both. The students come in before school, before they're to report to their classroom, and go around to the different rooms and pick up recycling and take it up to the dumpster, the recycling dumpster. Then we also have a group that does it in the evening as well with their Lois Johnson Daycare. So I'm going to read all the names, and please stand when I call your name. So not all of our students are here today, but most are. Riley Bellina, Aurora Canty, Riley
Mr.
Fisher.
Lanowski, should we have them come up? We have.
Oh, yes, please. Okay, there we go. So let me start over then. I know Riley's not here. Let's go with Aurora Canty. Come on up. Nope, okay. And Riley Fisher. Evelyn Gariglio. Avery Gascab, Faye Kierstein, Jamie Klima, got some sisters here, Eve and Vivian Piccolino, Hadley Ribicki, Gabriella Volpatti. And that's everybody here, yep.
Now we'll submit this to a post on the
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to really kind of, I'm gonna have the adults will stand in the back behind them. And the kids, you'll just kind of move over to squeeze in that way. All right, guys, ready? I appreciate that, whoever did that. All ready? Big smiles. 3, 2, 1. Wait, 3. That's a good catch. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Oh, you can't leave. So we have another recognition. So this is for the PSC Region B Advisor of the Year. And this goes to Brad Kay. You'll have to tell me how to say your last name. I'm sorry. Do you want to say do you have a little background,
No,
Dr. Walsh?
I think it's, I'm so glad he could be here tonight for us to honor him because this actually started with his student members of the student council at the high school who nominated him and were voted on by the peers. And here he is tonight representing the Western Pennsylvania region. He'll move on now to the state Advisor of the Year competition. Feel pretty good about your chances there because what we read about in his nomination from the students was just so remarkable, his dedication and the opportunities that he provides our students during their journey. So we're so glad you could be here tonight so we could honor you and thank you for your service to our students.
Thank you. Now it really happened. Okay? Hey, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad.
But it says Brad K. It's like almost like that, like how you spell it. No sight logic. Sorry, I was getting ahead of you.
Okay. Next, we come to the topic of public comments on agenda items. So we have a new policy that I want to read for everybody's benefit, if you see it that way. We have come to the portion of the meeting providing an opportunity for public to comment. The board follows the procedure established by policy 006.3, public comments on board meetings. This time is designated for district residents and taxpayers to comment on the items listed for action or deliberation on tonight's agenda. All individuals wishing to comment this evening must have signed in online or in the sheet provided that's in the back of the room and completed the information specified. Please preface your comments by announcing your name and, if applicable, group affiliation. You no longer need to mention your address. Each statement made by a commenter will be limited to 2 minutes, and the public comment period is limited to no more than 30 minutes. So any public comments on agenda items? Maybe, you mentioned it to me before, maybe save them to we'll have another period of comments afterwards. Any online comments? Any other comments in here? Okay. Let's move on to the facilities part of the agenda then. Mr. Modrak, you want to introduce these topics?
Dr. Modrak.
Dr. Modrak, yeah.
It doesn't look like it, yes. Well, we had two items here for tonight. Presentation from Macero on K-5 elementary project update and Site Logic, but let's go with Macero since they're here. Thank you, gentlemen, and Cassie.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. I was hoping you'd never guess what we're doing on a project site right now.
Moving dirt.
Moving dirt. I was hoping to have a little bit more exciting stuff to show you guys, but we had some weather recently that kept us a little bit behind. Behind farther than I would like to be, put it that way. But we are collecting huge piles of gravel, at least, to be used. While we couldn't move dirt during the rain, we still took our stone deliveries. Anyway, we're digging another big hole. This is going to be the site where the new post and panel retaining wall will be. So we're still taking out that hillside. There's what was once the soccer field, slowly but surely getting filled up. Your pond is collecting rainwater as it was designed to do. This cut there you see where the puddles are, that's going to be a future retention, underground stormwater retention tank. There's two of those areas underneath the parking lot. This is the first one we're installing now. That's what all the stone delivery is for. You could see those big, this was super interesting to me. I mean, you might not think so, but those big boulders sitting there, we found them as you see them. So it's not like we broke apart bedrock, but we found those buried in that hole. And right now, that hole was probably 20 feet deep from existing grade, which was crazy. And it looked as if somebody had set them there, like Legos, like laid them out. It was the strangest thing. But those or a portion of those will be utilized in the final design of the building, in the landscape design. So this is retaining wall number 2. I'm happy to report today we finished this wall finally. We started it early February and ran into soil conditions and water conditions that we spoke of last time I was here. So we overcame all those hurdles, and like I said, today, these are a little bit old, as it was progressing, but we completed it today. So now, today, the left side of that photo is now even with the right side of that photo today. So, and it'll actually be built up even higher when it's all said and done. But so that was our where we're at there, and this is the wall construction here, showing the geotech fabric and the portions of the wall construction. Wall number 1 is the north of that wall. That's going to be our next hurdle. So it's a mirror image of that one on the other side of the road, the same stream. Now, this wall, I will mention, is like 8 feet higher in elevation than the other one, because the stream rolls downhill. So hoping that we don't run into the same soil problems that we did on wall number 2, since we're a little bit higher in the air. Not making any promises, but the demo of the existing barn is complete, and all the debris has left. So we're done with that mess. And there's a shot of the final cleanup and last dumpster. These are a portion of the stormwater retention tank I was telling you. So those get buried, like you see them there. They each are a half moon, and it just collects and then slowly disperses the stormwater into the stormwater system. And we keep these kind of last photos here just to show you guys, if you ever stopping by the site or want to see the site of where you want to enter. Don't go down this main construction entrance. You might fall into a mud pit that you will never get out of again. But just come to the house and see me, and we'll show you whatever you want to see. And that's where we're at today. 56 days without a recordable incident. Upcoming work, like I said, we finished wall 2, so we are going to move to wall 1 and bring up the road coming off of King School Road to the final grade. Believe it or not, it gets about 12 feet of fill there coming off the road. So moving more dirt. Hopefully by June we're doing something other than moving dirt. That's all I had, guys. Any questions? No? Good. Very easy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's that.
Okay, that's it on finance? Or facilities, sorry. Moving on to finance. Ms. Turner, we have 2 items on the agenda tonight. Or no, we have, 5. I couldn't
Okay.
scroll down
I'm glad the
fast
numbers are now catching you this week, not
Yeah.
me. The first item we have is a payment for Independence Middle School Phase 2. Site Logic, $643,922, and Hayes Design Group, $31,052.26. Payment for the K-2 elementary school, $55,596.72 to Macero, $91,035.90 to Bova Construction, $125,550 to, it's Enders Plumbing and Heating?
Yeah.
And $648,983.70 to Rycon Construction. The Board of Directors approves the administration's recommendation to approve change orders for the new K-5 elementary school in the amount of $25,000 or below. Any changes in excess of $25,000 will be placed on the soonest possible board agenda for approval. That was a discussion item last week, or a couple of weeks ago, about where we could change, so we're not changing every little change order. Payment for Independence Middle School Phase 3 in the amount of $34,867.50 to Page Design Group. And a bus garage project to Bova Construction for $99,570.30. Could we tell us what the bus construction project was, Dr. Korzinski?
That's not the bus garage. I didn't see that they put that on there. This has to do with the elementary project. We have a need for one of the ovens at the NAMS school. We've already purchased it as part of the elementary project, so we're going to temporarily install it so we can use it there and not have to buy one and then move it once we have the new school built.
Utilization of
Yes.
items.
So we're not going to purchase the item twice. So this is a change order for that installation. They kind of have to break it down. They have it on site and then bring it in. So it's the additional cost for the installation.
And that's the one at
NAMS.
NAMS that couldn't be fixed, correct?
That's correct. We're replacing the one that's broken and they need it desperately. So
Without objection, I move 1 to 5.
Is there a second? Motion was made by Ms. Turner, seconded by Mr. McGregor.
I just wanted to say thank you for the creative oven shuffling. That's a fabulous idea.
Sure.
So good job all around there.
voting is open. Motion carries 8-0.
Thank you. Mr. McGregor, can you take the two items under Personnel Committee?
Sure. Under personnel tonight, there are two items, and I'll read those out loud. One, acceptance of resignations, and number two, appointment of personnel. Any discussion? Any recognition? He's Mr. Holmes not here. Well, hearing none, I would like to move 1 and 2.
Second.
Motion was made by Mr. McGregor, seconded by Mr. Scalzo.
Voting is open. Motion carries 8-0.
Under other, so this is a discussion-only topic. Dr. Walsh, do you want to take that?
So the board will recall where this has been a recurring conversation we've had with you about the renovation and the phasing at the IMS project. We're finishing up Phase 2B at the conclusion of the school year, or very close to the end of the school year, and we'll want to afford the teachers time to pack where they are to get into where they're going to be when they return to school in the fall. There is no in-service time available for them to do both of those things in August. So we're proposing to have a remote instruction day on June 4th so they can pack where they are, and it'll be moved for them over the summer. And when they come back in August, we'll have an in-service time available for those teachers to unpack and settle into their new spaces that are finished at Phase 2B. June 4th is the day we want to make it a remote learning day for IMS students.
That is the last day of school, correct?
It is. Yeah, so it's going to be an awful lot of remote learning happening, I'm sure.
Just wanted to clarify that was.
Technically speaking, it's.
I have a question. Oftentimes, students have already turned in their devices. Are they all keeping their
Right, so it would
devices?
have to be like the elementary, it'd have to be like a snow sack or you know, an information packet or a story or something they could take home to work on independently. It, of course, wouldn't be collected because it is the last day of school, but we also thought if there was ever a day that you could mail it in, that would be the day, metaphorically speaking.
Extremely remote learning.
Yes.
Very, very remote.
Right, so I just wanted to make you aware that this was our plan for Phase 2B. What's left after that, of course, would be not in the instructional area, so this could probably be the last time we need to do it, hopefully.
Okay, any objections? No. Okay, let's go with it. So next, their second public comment. So this is on anything related to school business. So you have 2 minutes to bring any items forward. So if you want to talk about Park and Rec.
Thank you. So I'm Lindsay Seibert. I'm actually from the Bethel Park Recreation Department. And believe it or not, even though basketball season just ended, we're already planning for our fall season and kind of thought of, okay, well, very shortly here, we are potentially losing access to quite a few gyms where we hold our practices, and we're very grateful for the relationship. It'll affect recreation basketball as well as travel basketball. And moving forward, you know, we're going to have to look at things for our program and how that's going to work in different spaces that we have available. But our thought was in the interim period between when the new school opens and before the old buildings are sold or whatever happens with them, we were wondering how much access there would be for recreation programs within those facilities. Would we have any access to those gyms to hold practices? Or are they going to be completely off limits? Because it's something we kind of have to think about over the next couple seasons here, and we just aren't really sure how the dynamic is going to go.
So this came up because I sit on the Park and Rec board, so I think as we form other committees to look at, you know, how we program athletics and the partnership we have with the municipality, we should just make sure we include that group and give them visibility into, what is the status of the facilities more than a couple weeks in advance, because, you know, they're going to be, you know, planning months in advance, you know, 6 months in advance.
Right, and we understand, you know, staffing and things like that are issues that, you know, we are willing to work together on. We just kind of need to know where we stand with everything.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? Any board comments?
I'm wearing a shirt today for Team Soph during the month of April, so I see Ms. Janisic has a similar type of shirt on. So that's all I have to say. She's a neighbor.
Any other board comments? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.